Excuse me, distinguished guests, if you are able, please be upstanding for the Right Honourable Dame Helen Winkelman, Chief Justice of New Zealand.
I ngā mana, i ngā reo, i ngā iwi o ngā hui whā, tēnei ahu mihi mahana kia koutou. Nau mai, haere mai rā, ki te whare kawana, kia ora tātou katoa. Oh, and e noho, please be seated. Distinguished guests, as Chief Justice on behalf of the Governor-General of New Zealand, the Right Honourable Dame Cindy Kirrell, it is my pleasure to welcome you all to Government House, Auckland, for this very special investiture ceremony. I'd specifically like to acknowledge the Honourable Chris Pink, Minister of the Crown, Mr Joe Harawira, Kaumātua, and Ms Pauline Hopa, Quia. Tēnā koutou katoa. I'm delighted this morning to bring together such an extraordinary group of New Zealanders. You have each brought pride and a greater sense of well-being to Aotearoa through your outstanding achievements and your service to our communities. On behalf of Dame Cindy and all New Zealanders, I extend my sincerest thanks to you for your contributions. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you all to join me in congratulating them. Mr Ward Cummore will now summon the recipients and read their citations.
Your Honour, to receive the insignia of a Knight Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Sir Scott McFarland of Auckland for services to health. Well, Sir Scott McFarland has transformed the treatment and improvement of children with cancer in New Zealand for the past 45 years. Sir Scott was an integral part of paediatric oncology service development between 1980 and 1990, leading the development of a National Child Cancer Service, now National Child Cancer Network, in 2000. He was instrumental in establishing the National Child Cancer Network in 2011, who have oversight of child cancer treatment in New Zealand and reducing inequity of access to child cancer treatment, and led the network until 2021. He had advocated for the then Auckland-based Child Cancer Foundation to become a national organisation, as it is an integral support system for children and families, and helped establish the Waikato branch. He became a paediatric oncologist at Starship Hospital in Auckland, going on to become clinical leader and clinical director of Starship Hospital. As a result of his nationally coordinated approach to child cancer, the child cancer survival rate has improved from every second child not surviving 40 years ago to the 5-year survival rate in New Zealand becoming more than 80%, parallel to Māori and Pacific children. He was president of Australia-New Zealand's Children's Haematology Oncology Group. Sir Scott was made life member of the Child Cancer Foundation in 2015 and retired in 2021. Sir Scott McFarland, please come forward. Your Honour, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Dave Beach of Auckland for services to Sports Administration. Dave Beach was CEO of the FIFA Women's World Cup Australia and New Zealand 2023, leading teams from both countries to deliver the event. He navigated the Trans-Tasman model and the added complexity of COVID-19 to deliver a tournament which broke multiple records. He ensured the benefits of the tournament were shared across New Zealand, allowing regional spread and national engagement opportunities for New Zealanders. The pricing model for the tournament assured New Zealanders, particularly families, were able to attend. Mr. Beach served as CEO for the successful FIFA Under-20 World Cup tournament in New Zealand in 2015 and CEO of Triathlon New Zealand, developing a participation and high-performance program with a range of commercial partnerships enabling a raised profile and participation for the sport. Mr. Dave Beach, please come forward. Your Honour, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Dr. Rosemary Cathcart of Rotorua for services to gifted children. Dr. Rosemary Cathcart established the George Parker National Centre for Gifted Children and served as Director. She advocated for the Ministry of Education to change official policy in gifted education in New Zealand, which led to the Ministerial Working Party on Gifted Education. She established Reach Education, developing the Certificate of Effective Practice in Gifted Education, the first online course on giftedness in New Zealand. This course is recognised in Australia and New Zealand and received the US National Gifted Association Professional Development Network Award. Reach Education also offers 2 other courses, one a shorter version of the certificate and the other a course for teacher aides working with gifted children. Dr. Cathcart has authored 3 books, including The Not Bringing My Brain Out and Gifted Programming Made Practical. Dr. Rosemary Cathcart, please come forward. Mrs. Elizabeth Matthews of Auckland for services to curling. Elizabeth Matthews is the first woman president of the New Zealand Curling Association. She is a foundation member and secretary of the Auckland Curling Club. She founded the Auckland Secondary Schools Curling Competition and was Youth Development Officer for North Island Curling. She initiated and convenes the North Island Secondary Schools Curling Competition. She is currently coaching wheelchair curlers for the expansion of the Auckland Secondary School Curling Competition. She has represented New Zealand internationally at 17 World Senior Curling Championships and 2 Asia Pacific Curling Championships. She has been on gold medal winning teams in the New Zealand Mixed and New Zealand Women's competitions. Mrs. Matthews has coached New Zealand teams to international competitions and umpired at Asia Pacific Curling Championships. Mrs. Elizabeth Matthews, please come forward. Your Honour, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. Bill Urali of Auckland for services to music and the community. Bill Urali, better known as King Kapishi, is a hip-hop artist who has promoted connecting with Pacific culture, language and heritage through his music. He was the first New Zealand hip-hop artist to receive the APRA Silver Scroll Songwriting Award. He has performed at numerous events and festivals in New Zealand and internationally. He DJs in rural communities which may traditionally be excluded from touring circuits. He coaches multiple basketball teams and supports the Turning the Tide on Suicide campaign, Whare Tauranga's Whare Hohano, and other charities and social issues. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Mr. Urali has supported Māori health providers to increase community vaccination rates. Mr. Bill Urali, please come forward. Volsa o le tangalo Maritaurali of Wellington for services to Pacific arts. Volsa o le tangalo Maritaurali wrote Frangipani Perfume, the first Pacific play written by a woman with an all-female cast, which was listed in the top 10 plays of the decade by the New Zealand Listener. This play became a key text in theatre studies and toured nationally and internationally to Canada, Australia and the United Kingdom. She directed the award-winning documentary Children of the Revolution, which explored the 1970s and 1980s protest movement. She directed and produced Savage Symbols, which looked at the traditional art of Samoa tattooing, pe'a, for men. A Fulbright New Zealand alumni, Ms. Urali led the development of Creative New Zealand's inaugural Pacific Arts Strategy. Valsa o le tangaloa Maritaurali, please come forward. Mr. Lindsay Wood of Nelson for services to environmental sustainability and climate change awareness. Well, Lindsay Wood founded Woodco Architects in 1976. He was the managing director of Harbour Homes Limited and held several educational leadership roles, including Unitec acting head of School of Architecture. He is the executive director of Resiliens New Zealand Limited, a climate strategy company that undertakes extensive pro bono work. He played key roles in Nelson's declaration of a climate emergency and in securing council funding to implement the council's Climate Action Plan. He has advocated for climate responsible travel and expanded public transport in the Nelson-Tasman region. Mr. Wood has given public talks, hosted seminars and workshops, and written about climate change for mainstream media and its submissions to government. Mr. Lindsay Wood, please come forward. Your Honour, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Ms. Jennifer Seward of Whanganui for services to restorative justice and women. Jennifer Seward was a founding member of Restorative Justice in Whanganui and chairs Restorative City Whanganui Trust. She led a team to engage with local organisations, businesses and schools to provide training on how to implement restorative practices within their organisations. She was employed with the Department of Corrections and championed better reintegration pathways and a whole of whānau approach. She was Justice Reference Group leader for the Safer Whanganui Steering Group. She is president of the National Council of Women Whanganui branch. She is a trustee of CLAW CLAW, Whanganui's Community Law Service and of Whanganui's Welfare Guardian Trust. Ms. Jennifer Seward, please come forward. Your Honour, the investiture has concluded.
New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it's been a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of your fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, your contributions embody the spirit of the whakatauki, me mahi tahi tātou mō te oranga o te katoa. We work together for the well-being of everyone. I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements and thank you once again for your service to our country. Kia ora, hui hui tātou katoa. Now, you'll see on the back of your program the words to the national anthem in te reo Māori and English. I now invite you to stand and join me in singing the anthem.